Oh, back again. So tonight, back on the bench, um, we're pulling out the Christmas decorations, and I always forget about these until the last minute. But one of the things I've kind of made a tradition is making these for my wife. So whenever, I'll get her a Christmas present, and instead of wrapping it, because I am absolutely terrible at wrapping presents, but I can weld halfway decent, I'll make her a little metal present box. So I've kind of already got this one started just for the sake of time. But I'm going to do this with pretty limited tools other than my brake. My brake wouldn't cut this or wouldn't break angles this deep without hitting the top of the brake. So I just cut 5 square panels. This is 6x6, so nothing super crazy there. This year I did make her a little name tag to hang on the present. And then, as has kind of been tradition, doing a little bow like this. These are super simple. This is 2-inch strap that I just literally took around a pipe and just bent, just folded it over, and then clamped that fold together, and then tacked it, and then trimmed off the excess and just welded them together. So same thing with this. Kind of cut these out like a ribbon. Put a little you put a little bend to them, give them some shape. Yeah, same thing. Just folded these over a piece of pipe, clamp them together, and then tack them, trim off the excess. So, like I said, for the sake of time, I already went ahead and did the ribbon. There's not anything super fancy to that, just a little bit of layout. Oh, and then for the lid, I can bend up this lid on my brake. So actually, I'm going to turn the camera around here in a second and show you my little janky vertical bandsaw setup that actually works pretty well. It's really just a Milwaukee corded portaband chucked up in a vise, and then just run it like that. But it works pretty good as a small vertical bandsaw for little stuff like this. I think I've got maybe a 4-inch throat on it, so can't do anything super crazy with it, but little stuff like this, it works well. But yeah, so I'll show you guys how well that works cutting this out. We'll get over on the brake. So I'll spin the camera around, bend this up real quick, and then we'll weld everything up and show you guys that, you can make something kind of cool instead of wrapping a present. Like I said, I've kind of made it a tradition to make these. So let's spin the, well, it's not too bad. Total between the strap and this was scrap plate, 1/8-inch sheet from building a fuel cell. So, I might have 30, 40 bucks in it, but they're kind of fun. Christmas tree might be a fun one. So let me catch up real quick. Dusted, good evening. Larry, good evening. Flying high. No super new news on the website yet. We're still working out some bugs. But you guys will probably hear about it first from me. Anyway, I'm going to spin this camera around. I'll turn the bandsaw on, and I'll finish notching out this corner. Then we'll go over to the brake, break these 2 edges, and we'll start welding everything up. So I'm going to take you guys on a ride for a second. Let me get my safety glasses on. so we don't get yelled at. And all the plate, this is a circular saw, I have a metal blade on, and that's how I cut all that sheet metal out. So if you don't have a big bandsaw, actually a circular saw with a metal blade works really, really well for ripping down material. Of course, like I said, this is a pretty janky setup, but it works really well for doing small stuff. It's literally a Milwaukee portaband chucked up in a vise. So, yeah, nothing too special there. I actually do. I'll take this thing and just run the blade across this edge just to skim it. It actually works the deburr pretty well. All right. Let me adjust the camera. You guys can see the brake. So line this up. Overbent that just a little bit. There we go. Now we got a lid. Shortened version. There we go. Oh. All right, so now we can double check our fitment. I have to... I overbent that just a little bit. Now it's kid safe. In my rush, I did make this one just a tiny bit tighter than what I would normally like, but you know, I was in a rush to come up with something tonight, so here we are. So let's go ahead and start by welding up this box. Those are some dirty gloves. Let's see. camera's hitting my hood. Oh, it's a struggle. And I am running the what model was your brake press? That is a Jet 40-inch finger brake. I think I got that like right around $3,200. It's like it was $3,200. I had some money I needed to hide from Uncle Sam, so we bought some equipment. But I am running the new Typhoon. We're still testing it out. I'm still not going to do anything crazy about it yet, but yeah, we are running the new Typhoon. Had some crud right there that I missed. When we come to the end of this run, I want you guys to pay pretty close attention to how smooth the arc termination is on this new machine. If I can get down there before running out of filler rod. There we go. So that's all the way down to the 5 amps there. All right, so now we got these 4 outside corners welded up. We can go ahead and weld up this bottom real quick. A little spot where that crud came up still doesn't look too bad. Get one of my good paper towels and wipe this down just so we avoid that again. And if you guys don't follow our Facebook page, I didn't make a post about the guys from Team Fab Garage. They are doing a new CNC torch holder mount, and they're doing a limited run just for Everlast customers in a green anodized. So they are a little pricey, but they're pretty cool. So if you guys are looking for something to spend some money and splurge on yourself, check out teamfabgarage.com. Check out all the stuff that Tim offers. He offers some really cool stuff. He actually made my my turbo sharp holder for me. That was kind of a custom build that I asked him to do, and I think now CK's selling them. I use his original sheet metal torch mount, and then I also forget how strong these magnets are. I've got his acetone bottle holder as well. So pretty cool little stuff. I know some of this stuff is like the torch holder. It's a little bit expensive. I mean, it's a lot of bit expensive, but it's pretty cool. Tim's a good dude. He makes some really cool stuff. So if you guys got some money to splurge, give him a shout. Yeah, Greg, he actually reached out to me and told me that you had ordered one. So I appreciate that, man. And I'm not sponsored by Team Fab or anything like that. I pay full price for everything too. So I just really like Tim. I like his stuff. So I wanted to give him a shout out. Building little things like this it's really pretty good practice on your layout and fabrication skills too. So you can have a little fun, practice some skills, and also make something pretty cool. So I've made it a tradition of making these. So now we've got a couple of them, and every Christmas my wife sits them out, around the house as a decoration now. Oh, we got a little bad fit up here. So I think you guys can see that on the arc shot cam, yeah. So when I was fitting this up in my rush, I got this joint right here pretty flush. And then I get a real nice inside corner fit up here. So let's see if we can make this look like it was the same fit up the whole way. So I'm going to burn that top edge a little bit more than this bottom edge. And as I come into that better fit up, I'm going to start moving more right to the middle of the joint. What that's going to do is let that first part of the joint, it's going to roll that top edge. It's going to roll that top edge that was kind of flush to the side. It's going to roll it over more. And so then that joint, once you weld it up like that, kind of melts it in, and it makes that joint look like it was even all the way across. So it's not always about being the best, just knowing how to hide your mistakes. I bought an Everlast Storm 215. Would you make a recommendation on a circle burner or guide wheel for that plasma? I do know we've got. I think we have a guide wheel on the website. If not, personally, I haven't used one. I either use my CNC plasma if I'm cutting out a real precise circle, or I've just always done it by hand and then cut it a little bit big and then worked it down on a belt sander. So I have actually never used one. Yeah, John, the robots are definitely coming for us. From my experience at FabTech, pretty much everything was going robotic. I mean, there was barely a booth that didn't have some sort of robotic technology in it. We had Austin Hill in our booth, so that was about as close as you can get to a robot. Besides maybe Mark Winchester. Which Mark said he might join us tonight, so if you're watching, Mark, I'll see you at your place here very soon. All right. That's pretty toasty, but let's see if we can get you guys a couple close-up shots of that. Almost a cube. Now, like I was saying, I kind of overbent. I kind of messed up my brake lines. I broke on the wrong side of the line and made this thing a little bit tighter than what I really wanted to. So we're gonna have to fight. I had to open it up a little bit, so we're gonna fight some gaps there in the corners. So let's see how that goes. Hey, Bo. Hey, man. Special thank you to you, Bo. You know why. I really appreciate you, man. I know my wife does too. So thanks a lot, buddy. So doing things like this, like I said, you know, this isn't super critical. Sure, my wife will love me saying that, but you know, it gives you some good practice. Like I said, I kind of messed up which side of the line I set the brake on. So I made this lid just a little bit tight. So now I had to basically spread these back out just a little bit so it'll slip over the top. I'll probably still end up having to shave down the weld here right where the lid sits down just so it fits not quite as snug. So I messed up, but we're live. So you guys get to see it. Like I was saying, I had to open these wings up a little bit, so I am fighting some gap. But that's why doing stuff like this is good. You know, if I would have been in better practice, I probably would have nailed this fit up like I used to. But I haven't had to bend up a lot of lids like this lately, so I was a little bit out of practice. So now I get to practice my weld skills instead of my fabrication skills. This one's going to get pretty wide on us. Still not bad. This one might be the worst one yet. So see if I can blow out this this joint for you guys on the arc shot and make myself look real bad. So I'm backing way off on amperage here. So I know this gap is coming up. I'm dumping a lot of filler rod into it. Oh, so I'm not expecting this lid to fit. Yep, I'm gonna have to trim up these the welds on the sides here. I'm gonna have to buff those down. I messed up just a little bit. I could force that, but I'm not going to. Let me see. That means I probably messed this up too. Yeah, I messed those up too. So now we get to remake the ribbon. So a lot of times what I'll do, guys, is I'll take the, where'd I put my strap? Oh, my strap's out there. 1 second. So just to dress these up a little bit, oftentimes I'll take some like 1 inch or 2 inch wide strap, and I'll kind of add some detail. Let me get up close here. I'll kind of add like a, like a ribbon detail, like sometimes you would find on a Christmas present. So Yeah, this one's gonna be a little more than adult proof. This one's gonna be bust out the hammer, but I just make sure she doesn't peek. So I know we're 2 inches tall. I'll double check that height. So about 2 1/16. So I need to go about 2 1/16 and then 6 1/2 and 2 1/16. Let's go 2 1/16. We're gonna go 6 5/8, and then another 2 1/16. So let's lay these lines out real quick. We'll run back over to the saw, cut this piece of ribbon down, throw a couple 90s on it real quick, and we'll fit it over the top of this lid. So just for time's sake, well, we're already at 30 minutes. I'm just gonna show you guys putting the ribbon like on this part of the package. We'll set the bow and the name tag, and then typically what I would do then is I'll set the lid down and I'll lay out like where the ribbon matches up on the sides. I'll just cut another piece of strap and line those up, tack them in place, and I'll do a weld around them just to dress it up a little bit. Let's go. I'll turn the camera back around. We'll cut this real fast.